Hey, cuz.
What's up?
I noticed you're not wearing a N2P podcast shirt.
I know, I'm such a disgrace.
Yeah, so am I, because I'm not wearing mine either. But I do own one. A couple of them, actually. And you can, too. If you go to campfyrepod.com/merch. That's campfyrepod, campfyrepod.com/merch. MERCH. You can order a shirt, help support the show. And anything else you buy off of Amazon, we might make a small commission at no extra charge to you.
Absolutely.
So why not help us out? Show us some support. Buy a N2P podcast shirt or something else from Amazon. Just go to campfyrepod.com. campfyrepod.com. Let's get the show started.
Hi, I'm Lourdes.
And I'm Eric, but you can call me Tello. This show is a family-oriented show, but it's oriented from the adult perspective. We talk about adult situations, and very often we use adult language. So if there's any kids in the room, kick their asses out. They don't belong here right now. Unless they want to learn something about life.
Right, this may not be suitable for children. And I'd like to add, I don't want to make anybody mad, and I love my family and friends.
I do too. Well, today might be the day that you make some family mad.
Is it? Uh-oh.
Okay,
You know why?
I'm cutting that off. I don't have my usual mixer and stuff with me today, but yes, why? Tell me why.
Because we spent a lot of time with family this weekend.
A lot. This is Easter weekend. We just finished up Easter weekend. This is the Monday after Easter that we're recording this. And we had not just the family get together for Easter. We had the family get together the day before Easter for your niece's birthday party.
Yes, and I have to say it was very awkward.
Why was that?
For lack of better words.
What happened?
I don't know. It just got super quiet.
Was it when your dad showed up?
You know what? You're on point with that. I noticed that. As soon as they walked through the door, it just got
tense, awkward. I wasn't paying that much attention, honestly.
Quiet.
I did see him. Had a couple of words with him. I wanted to have it all on audio or video or both, but I wanted to interview your dad about the thing that happened. We're getting right into this. This is episode what, 39?
39.
39. Man, we're coming in nicely. Coming along nicely.
We're
is what
pushing
I was trying to
40.
say. Oh my goodness, this is our episode. This is our age episode.
I know.
Oh.
We're telling on ourselves here, cuz.
Yeah, episode 39. Aging like a bottle of wine. Unlike my cousin, who thinks she's still fine.
No, I don't. Look at these bags.
I thought you were going on vacation. All that luggage you had packed under your eyes.
I'm going to get them fixed.
No.
I'm joking. If I have any cosmetic surgery, you already know what that's going to be.
Yeah, you said it on the show. First of all, you told the story of your stretch marks, which represented each one of your children.
Yeah.
And you went through this long, lengthy, kind of emotional story about how you wanted to get rid of them, but you didn't want to because they represented your children. Mm-hmm. And you finished off your very touching story by saying, so if I had to have anything done, I guess it would be my butt.
Yeah, that's what it would be. I wore these jeans yesterday and they fit okay, but by the time everything was over with, I had like plumber's ass. Like my pants were saggy in the back. And I felt so uncomfortable and ashamed.
Were you wearing your shape-shifting underwear?
No, I chose not to wear those anymore unless the outfit permits.
By the way, when you first told me about that, I assumed that they were like padded underwear.
No.
And then you described them to me, which made me feel really uncomfortable. And even worse, I looked them up. And I saw
it's very disturbing to shop for them because
first of all, I can't believe they had the pictures of it on Amazon.
Well, they're modeling underwear.
Yeah, underwear that has the butt cheek section cut out.
Do you want to see them?
No. I'm fine, perfectly fine, never having to see them in my life. So, yeah, that's weird, but hey, look, if it makes you feel better about yourself, go for it. If it keeps you from doing some sort of unnecessary surgery on your buttocks, go for it.
You know, it does make me feel good about myself because I realize I actually do have a butt. I just need to exercise and tone them up. I do, because where else would the stuff come from?
I don't know, but you make me wonder if there's some equivalent underwear for men to help shape fat into something else. Make me feel better about myself.
I don't know. It's possible, but you're going to have to search that one out on your own.
No, I'm not.
No help from over here.
I'm too ashamed to do that. How do we get on this subject?
I don't know.
Golly, you drift. Oh, man.
We get back to the party. My dad walks in, and then
Your dad
after
walks
that,
in, and I didn't recognize him at first because he's so damn old now.
Yeah, he is old.
But then I realized, and he's a lot shorter than I remember, too.
Yeah, I used to remember him taller, too, but I think as he gets older, he's shrinking.
Is he shrinking, or were we just that small that he looked tall to us?
No, I think he's shrinking.
Like a lot? He looks like he's about 5'2", 5'3" now.
No, he's not that short.
You sure?
Yeah.
Because I'm 5'8" on a good day, and he felt several inches shorter than I am.
Maybe he didn't have his heels on.
5'4", maybe? Would you go 5'4"?
Yeah, maybe.
Okay.
But of course, I'm only like 5'2" on a good day, so...
So if you wear heels, are you taller than your dad?
No.
Okay. Well, anyway.
I don't wear 2-inch heels because... What do you think I am, a hooker? No, I'm joking. Nothing against hookers.
Yeah.
I love heels, though.
Nothing against hookers. And according to your father, when I was leaving the party and told him I wanted to interview him, he said, okay, but don't ask me anything about prostitutes.
He has a weird sense of humor.
I'll say. So anyway, so back to the beginning when he gets there, I bump into him. Took me a couple seconds to recognize him, and then it just like I got filled with this inner anger, joy, this mixture of anger and joy because I was like, "Oh man, now he's here! I get to talk about it." But I didn't want to do it right there. There was a crowd of people. I didn't have my recorder with me at that moment. It was in the other room, and I was like, "I want to do this. I want to do this soon." So I went and found you. I was like, "I want to interview your dad for the podcast."
And I was like, no.
You flat out said no. I was like, why? You're like, no, not now, not right now. And it seemed like not ever. But I wanted to just give everyone a little background on this. The reason I wanted to interview him is because years ago when I was a kid, I was playing with you and some friends. And I've told this story before, but I'll just give a quick recap. I was playing with y'all in your backyard, and I set my glasses down on the table. It was at a party. Set my glasses down on the table and went to play with y'all. When I went to get my glasses back, one of my lenses was covered with pink frosting. The other one was covered with white frosting from a cake. And I was a kid, like maybe 7 years old, if that, probably younger. And I was defenseless. I was scared. These were adult men who were picking on a little fat kid. And I went inside and washed my glasses off. And then when I went to tell one of my aunts, I just busted out crying. And then I think it was Gloria who went outside and said something. It was your dad, I think our Uncle Mario, maybe our Uncle Juvenal, and then I won't say his name, but his initials rhyme with David Enigma.
I know exactly who you're talking about. Yeah.
So I have my suspicions of who was responsible. It was either him or your father. Those are the two main suspects, because your father, especially because of his unique sense of humor. So I was so badly hoping I could just get his perspective on this and see what he had to say, and then challenge him to the fight that I want to fight him.
I tell you what,
I was even going to give my strategy. I was going to give him a heads up.
I think I'll try to record him and ask him.
Okay.
And just kind of get a feeler for it.
All right, and you can tell him my strategy, and I'll tell everyone again who might have forgotten. Your father's diabetic.
Yes.
Very badly diabetic.
Yeah.
So my strategy is to throw like a cake in his face,
mm-hmm.
and then cut his toe, and then time will take care of the rest.
You know, actually, I don't think there's really much you have to do because I think he's cutting himself.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, in all honesty, from my understanding, your dad doesn't take good care of himself. Mm-hmm. No?
No, and in fact, that day, he had cake and
ice cream?
I don't think he had ice cream because we didn't have any, but I'm sure he eats plenty of it. But you're right. I've noticed he has a weird sense of humor. I don't know if he would admit it. He may. There's some things that he comes out and he's like, yeah, I did that. if I did that and you're upset with me, towards me, he has apologized. I don't know if he would. I feel like he may apologize if he really felt like he.
I don't see that in him.
I don't know. I think that's why I want to see, like, for me to get a feeler and see if, what it's like.
If he has any
but
apology left in him.
Yeah. But I also stop and think back. Like, I think about, I don't know, I think I mentioned this at one gathering before. I don't think I've mentioned it here on the show. But I've realized that the older generation, our parents, aunts, their sense of humor then is totally different than what it is now. And I even see it even like in Luis, my husband. And I'm pointing like if he's here, but he's not.
Hey, Luis. Just kidding. He's not there. But when you were pointing over there, I was picturing him laying on the bed.
That's kind of what I was thinking. He sleeps on that side. But his sense of humor is I don't know what word to describe it.
Are you saying it's less harsh, less mean?
No, it's harsh.
Oh,
like he finds laughter. Like, let's say there's a habanero pepper.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Oh, it's not picoso. It's not spicy. Eat it." And you're like, "Okay." And you eat it because you're a 13-year-old kid. You know it might be a little spicy. And he gives it to you to eat. And you're like, you turn red, your eyes water, you're starting to drink a lot of whatever you can get in front of you. And he's like just rolling laughing because he thinks that's the funniest shit ever. I don't find that stuff funny.
Well, I suddenly feel less bad for the trick I played on him years ago.
On Luis?
Yeah.
Was it something similar?
It was at Little Augustine's birthday party. He was really young. Do you remember the time I got drunk and passed out at Julie's house?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I remember that like it was yesterday.
Well, it wasn't yesterday. It was years ago. And I didn't like beer that much back then, especially the whatever beer they were drinking, which was just like a domestic light beer. I don't know what it was. And I preferred stuff that was a little bit harder, like, tequila or
brandy.
Yeah.
It was a brandy. I think that's what it was.
Yeah, that's what I've grown to hate. So, and I mentioned that, and we were at Augustine's house, and he was like, "Oh, I actually have some." And I was like, "Oh, okay, well, let's go." And it was a little bit of tequila left in a bottle. We finished that off. And then he brought out some Don Pedro brandy, which I'd never had before. But I was like, what the heck? Kept going with that. And then I had the wise idea of, this looks a lot like apple cider vinegar. So I took a shot glass and filled mostly up with apple cider vinegar and then topped it off with a little bit of the Don Pedro.
Oh, my gosh.
Or maybe it was Crown Royal. I don't know. It was something kind of brownish.
One of
looking.
them, yeah.
Yeah. So I went back outside. I had a regular shot in one hand and the fake apple cider vinegar shot in the other hand. And I was looking for somebody to take a shot with me. And our Uncle Mario was going to do it. I was like, no, that's okay, because I didn't want to do it.
You're not cool enough to take a shot with.
No. I was like, no, not this one. Maybe next one, Mario. And then Luis said, okay. And before I thought, here's what I had planned in my head. They're going to bring it up to their mouth and smell something weird and be like, are you sure this is it? Not your husband. Your husband's all man. Handle his
smell
alcohol.
it.
He can handle his alcohol. So before, I think we barely even clinked glasses, and his was already down his throat. And I was like, oh, man, you did.
Oh my God.
I didn't even get
to say cheers.
Well, I mean, like, I didn't even get to warn you. My intention wasn't for somebody to actually drink it. I thought they were going to get close to drinking it, and that was going to be like, ha, ha. And I was like, dude, I'm so sorry, but that was full of vinegar.
Oh my gosh! So you're the reason why he has those stomach issues.
No. Because then God punished me. God punished me that night, and I got so drunk I passed out and don't remember. I woke up in my underwear and they were wet.
Did you pee on yourself?
No, I thought I did, but it turns out they had hosed me off because I had evidently thrown up on myself.
Yeah.
Again, way off track. We're not talking about party from years ago. We're talking about party from a couple days ago.
I know, and I don't think anybody got that way at that party.
No, not that way. Thank God, because there's a swimming pool there too.
Yeah, I probably would have drowned.
No, which is if I had gotten to interview your dad, I would have probably thrown him in there with his cake and his cut toe.
You wouldn't have been able to. He doesn't put up much of a fight. It's kind of like you said.
So it sounds like I'd be perfectly able to.
Well, yeah. I mean, he'd probably just like, go ahead, do what you gotta do.
Right. And I would have. And then everybody would have thought it was a big fun thing, and all the kids would have started jumping in.
You know what's crazy is, so your fave cuz ended up leaving to go visit her friend, and
It's crazy.
it's crazy.
It is.
And the only two kids that were in the pool that day, because I felt like it was still kind of chilly to be in water, but
Right.
you know, kids, they have like their body temperature. They could be blue, and they're like, "I'm not cold. I just want to swim."
I just want to have fun. Yeah. I'll die later.
But it was my dad's youngest daughter, who is 12, and Presley, that were swimming and playing in the pool together. I was like, what a sight.
Because your sister Phoebe, who is Presley's mother,
Yeah.
my fave cuz,
Yeah.
doesn't get along with your father very well.
Right.
To fill in the audience.
So it was.
So,
fun. That
so
was crazy.
that explains why fave cuz disappeared so quickly.
Yeah.
Okay, that
Yeah.
makes sense.
I'm assuming that's why. The choices that people make, you know.
The choices that people make.
But it was awkward.
For y'all, maybe.
Needless to say, no, I felt like it was awkward the whole time.
I wasn't awkward. I was excited because I wanted to interview him and find out. I wanted to get to the bottom of this.
You know,
Go ahead.
It gets awkward when you see people like whispering to each other.
What were they
or
whispering?
like my mom. I think my dad spoke to my mom, and my mom completely ignored him.
He
Wait,
spoke to me.
Yeah, but did you ignore him?
No, I answered him. He said, your mom asked me when you're going to make her a grandmother. I said, she's already a grandmother. And he said, no, when you're going to make her a grandmother. I said, I don't know. Won't you mind your own fucking business?
Oh my gosh. What'd he say?
He laughed because that's his sense of humor. I said the F word and he thought it was funny.
Oh my gosh. It was crazy. I don't know. I don't think those parties are gonna happen ever again.
What parties?
Family parties.
No, because there's going to be one next weekend too.
Yeah, but I won't be there, and neither will my dad.
Yeah, I might not be able to make it either because I'm going back to Austin.
That's so funny.
Yeah, so and your sister had it catered from an Italian place.
Yeah.
Which I love Italian food. And she warned me ahead of time, so I was just like, okay, I'm breaking my diet. I'm going to break my diet. There's going to be Italian food here that I love. And then there's, I don't think I went too crazy.
That's sick. You know that?
She had like 17 pizzas, a couple of lasagnas, some fettuccine Alfredo, and then she had some keto-friendly food.
Yeah.
She had chicken and...
She had chicken and beef fajita.
Which I didn't
not
eat any.
keto friendly. She had Mexican rice. Salsa.
I didn't eat any of that either.
I was in the kitchen warming the tortillas. She doesn't have a comal, so I had to use a skillet.
Disgraceful.
No. She had salad and bread.
Oh yeah, the salad came out last.
Did it?
Well,
No, it
came
was
out pretty
already
late.
there.
It came out pretty late. People had already served a bunch of food, and then they were, oh, hey, we have salad too.
No, I
Big
thought
tray
we
of
put it
salad.
out. I put it out.
No, people had already served a lot.
They didn't want the salad. That's just
I
it.
ate some salad, and then I had one slice of pizza
I didn't eat any
and
pizza.
3 slices of lasagna.
Do you notice at parties you eat more?
I felt like I was restraining myself.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't eat a lot. I served like a little bowl here and a little bit of that and a little bit of that. And then I drank like 2 bottles of water and I felt like I was going to pop.
Because back in the old days, I would have torn up that pizza. I'd have torn up that lasagna. Like 3 slices would have been my first serving. I got a slice of lasagna.
3 slices would have been like a whole pizza because they cut them so big.
No, I'm talking about the lasagna.
Oh.
And I would have had 3 slices of pizza back in the day too. But
The lasagna was good.
yeah, it was. And so was the pizza. But again, the food was cold.
Yeah.
I
That's
mean, come
because
on.
nobody shows up at the right time.
I did.
You should have just started eating.
I didn't know.
Yeah.
It's not my place.
Well, we need to just
But it
start
was
putting in the
good.
microwave.
It was good. And then as Mexican families do, we had a piñata for the birthday party.
Oh man, that was crazy.
Which I posted some videos on our Instagram feed. They had a Mickey Mouse, and it was I guess it was a Mexican Mickey, like a Miguel Mouse, Miguel Raton. What do you want to call him?
We can go with Miguel Mouse.
Miguel Mouse, because this piñata came straight out of Mexico. It had to, because it looked like Mickey Mouse, but like like Mickey Mouse's Mexican cousin.
I know. I don't know if it came out of Mexico. You know why?
Why?
Because we have actually gone into Matamoros and bought piñatas, and those suckers are hard to break. I mean, you talk about paper after paper after paper.
Like they're supposed to be.
You'd be out there for days trying to
Well, this one, what I'm
bust it.
what I'm trying to get at, excuse me. What I'm trying to get at about this one is like it was a big time bootleg looking Mickey Mouse. He had his red shorts, but his buttons were above the shorts. His buttons were on his actual belly instead of being on his shorts. I'm like, how are his buttons above his pants? You can't have the buttons above the shorts.
He had a
'cause
wardrobe malfunction.
I'll say it looked like it was a piñata trying to wear a Mickey Mouse costume and the buttons were in the front on his stomach. So that was strike 1. Strike 2, the kids beat the hell out of him. I used to give the kids of this generation a hard time because when we were kids, we would attack that piñata, and as soon as the candy would fall out, whether somebody was still swinging or not, we would just rush in and try and get some candy before anybody else got our candy.
I know, but these
So-
kids are ruthless. They don't.
I know, but they like the last couple of parties. I don't remember them being this ruthless.
because
this
we're
time-
yelling at them. Stay
Oh, yeah.
back, get back, don't go.
So this time, first of all, Mickey fell off the rope like 3 times.
That was so funny.
First, let's see what happened first. First, he broke where the rope was connected to Mickey. That broke, and then Mickey fell, boom,
Yeah.
face down like he was drunk all night. So they were able to get him re-rigged and got him up again. And was it twice that he fell or 3 times?
I want to say it was 3 times.
Okay, so he fell again somehow, but they got him back up. And then the 3rd time, they had this pulley system set up where he was going up and down from a pulley, which was tied around the tree limb. 3rd time, the rope that was holding up the pulley just broke.
They said get rid of the pulley.
Yeah, and then they just threw the rope over and was using the limb like we used to back in the Disney.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So the kids are taking their turn attacking Mickey, and he's already beat up. I think from falling so much, his legs are broken. His poor crotch was torn up because when a kid is too short and they swing, like
It goes right for the
it
crotch.
goes right between the legs. So Mickey had his balls beaten in bad. His skull was beaten in on the back of his head probably from falling. Oh, I forgot. So at one point when he fell, your nephew Presley,
Yes, your fave cuz son.
my favorite cousin Junior,
Yeah.
just like started beating him on the ground.
It was kind of scary. I was
I mean, he went crazy with it.
It was a different person. His voice changed.
His hair color and eye color changed,
Oh, I was like, do I see red?
and he was proud of it.
Oh my gosh.
He was so proud of
excited
beating
that
the
he
Mickey while he was
beat
down.
somebody from behind.
So finally, after Mickey had taken a severe beating, he started to fall apart at the seams, and candy was falling out, and a kid was still swinging, and then everybody's kids started to rush in. So we stopped the one kid from swinging the dirty splinter-filled stick that y'all had found. I don't know why you couldn't have a regular.
The
Piñata
piñata
stick.
stick, we couldn't find one. It was kind of a last minute deal. We were supposed to go
Obviously.
down to Home Depot, and Luis was like, "No, I have something."
Oh my
So he
goodness.
comes in the house and he's like, "Here." I was like, oh, "Okay." I said, "Do you think this is okay? Like, you think they're gonna like catch a splinter or something on it?" He's like, "Nah." Again, it was probably his sense of humor. He probably would have like fallen out of his chair laughing if someone would have had a
And
splinter.
that thing
from
was
it.
filthy too. If a splinter would have gone in their hand, they probably would have had to get like a tetanus shot or something.
I don't believe that.
Anyway.
Possibly.
So Mickey's falling apart and he's still swinging and all the kids are rushing for the candy. So I go in, I'm filming this for Instagram. I'm trying to grab Mickey's leg so I can just help shake candy out and stuff. Plus, the kids are rushing in and Mickey's like swinging right at them and they're ducking and dodging and stuff. So I'm trying to get everything. But somebody else grabbed him and Mickey falls apart and candy goes everywhere and kids rush in. And then I see on the ground a Reese's peanut butter cup.
Oh, no. Did you get it?
Hell yeah, I got it.
That was like your sign.
I had to beat up like 3 kids to get it, but I was like, I've already cheated on my diet today. I'm getting my Reese's peanut butter cup.
Slow motion. I'm coming for you.
I dove. I was in the air for like 7 seconds, just like flying over kids, catching some air. My shirt was flapping in the breeze, and then I tucked and rolled, and I got it. And I woke. When I came up, I was like Smeagol from like Gollum from Lord of the Rings. I'm my precious Reese's peanut butter cup.
Yeah, I'm feeling nauseous now for some reason.
I don't know. I think I had 2 or 3 of them that day. Hey, look, man, I shared with the kids, and by that I mean I made them share their candy with me. But it was a fun time. I had a good time.
Yeah, that was fun. That part was fun. We ended up going, we left and we ended up going to like a little housewarming party from one of the homes that had been damaged from Harvey. And it's actually a trailer. And the person, the couple, and they decided to, instead of like buying a new trailer or going out and buying an actual house on pier and beam or slab, they decided to redo, or I guess fix up the trailer. So it was a trailer warming party. It was interesting. It looked really good.
Because are you judging these people because they live in a trailer?
No, why would you even go there?
Because the way you're acting. I lived in a trailer at one point when I was a kid.
No, I'm not judging nobody for living in a trailer. I said it looked really good.
I almost lived in a trailer as an adult.
Did you?
Well, a friend of mine asked me to move in, and I hesitated, and thank God I did. Whew.
Why? Because it was a trailer?
No.
Oh.
Because he and his fiance broke up, and I would have been living with them when that happened, and I would have been in a very precarious financial and personal and emotional spot, which could have ruined a lot of friendships and
your life.
Not my life, because I would have come out on top. I'd have beaten everybody down till I was on top.
Like Mickey, like they did Mickey.
Yeah, I would have been. I would have been like a kid with a stick at a piñata party in that household. In that trailer.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with no. I'm honestly like it was a very humbling experience, I guess, because I kind of learned a little bit about what happened, how everything played out, and to see that they put so much back into that because that's their home.
But in all seriousness, they should invest in an actual home with a real foundation, especially if they're living in an area where it's susceptible to hurricanes or tornadoes.
It was flooding. They're flooded.
Yeah, from the hurricane.
Yeah.
And tornadoes do occur in this area, and you don't want to live in a trailer where tornadoes happen.
Yeah.
That's just my 2 cents. Tell these people move.
I can't.
Just tell them for their own good, just move.
Oh, I can't.
Tell them, look,
do it.
In this area, pier and beam is fine. If you can find someplace with a concrete foundation, even better.
Yeah, we're on pier and beam actually right now.
Yeah.
And when the train passes through, because I know y'all have all heard it before.
Yes. And check this out. That's the floor.
Anyway, so yeah. So family time.
It continued the next day. Easter Sunday.
Oh, it just makes my
the
stomach
resurrection.
It was good.
Did you have any religious experience on Easter?
I went to church about 8:30 yesterday morning. I will go into like a little religious spiritual moment here. After the gospel and everything was read, the priest comes out and he was already out, but he steps up to give his homily. And it did kind of like hit close to home. I guess because it makes you think. It made me think. That's what it did. Everything that Jesus went through, and the torture, the anguish, the pain, the humiliation, whatever.
And that was called Good Friday.
Yeah.
Kind of ironic.
Right. And he came back. Even though he went through all that, he came back to the same people that put him through what they did. And he was like, so, basically to me, I took it as, reflect on ourselves and our relationships and our lives and whatever. And when you say, I can't be a part of that, I won't do that, I can't forgive this person, I won't talk to him, I can't, Jesus did. And if he could, obviously because he's the Son of God, but you know what I'm saying? He was a human. Anyway, he says that we should, attempt and work towards doing the same thing. I was like, oh, that's a good point. So I decided to attend Easter at my mom's house.
I thought you were working up to basically you're living your life and you ask yourself, what would Jesus do?
I am.
You should get a bracelet.
No, seriously.
JD.
JD?
Yeah, WWJD. What would Jesus do?
Oh, yeah.
You've never seen those bracelets?
Yeah. I thought you said Dub.
I did say Dub. Short for W.
Oh. Is that like a new thing?
I don't think so.
It's been around forever?
Dub?
Yeah.
Well.
Or is that like some audio technology
No,
stuff?
it's probably a nerd thing because when you would give out, back in the day, when you give out a website address, you'd say www.
Uh-huh.
So W. So that's 3 syllables for each letter.
Uh-huh.
So when you say www, you've said 9 syllables.
Oh.
You say dub, that's 3 syllables.
So it saves you some breath.
And some tongue twisting.
So if anybody is out there looking to save some breath or tongue twisting, just dub.
Or, I mean, you could say World Wide Web, which is 3 syllables. But that's kind of weird. Hey, go to worldwideweb.campfyrepod.com/merch. Or you could say go to dub. Or now we don't even need the dub. Because mostly you can just go to the website.com. You just go to campfyrepod.com. You don't need the dub anymore.
Okay. Let's just get back to Easter.
All right. Let's dub.
And how much we love family time. And how much we love our family.
I do love my family. That's why I'm in town. I came to visit for Easter.
I know. It was interesting yesterday too.
Yeah, and y'all made me regret it each and every time. Well,
you're starting to sound like your fave cuz. Like,
well,
why do I even come in? That's what she says. I don't even know why I bother.
Well, we showed up at your mom's house yesterday for Easter because your mother was gracious enough to host it. And in usual Aunt Mary fashion, she was super prepared, had everything laid out and ready when we got there. We got there on time. Actually, maybe a little early.
Wait. Okay, when you think of parties for us, I'm sorry, I just hit my for family gatherings, okay?
Yes.
You need to put your watch on Mexican time. You should know better. You and your mom should know better.
Well, Mom said, let's go a little early in case she needs some help.
Oh, good. So y'all helped her.
Well, I knew that I wouldn't have to help her because your mom is always so prepared. Party started at 2. We got there right around 2. And your mom was still cooking. My fave cuz was there, your fave sister.
What was she doing?
She was sitting at the table holding court with, I don't know, they were watching TV. Angie was there. She was probably eating something. And I had to rub her shoulders when I got there.
Rub.
Because I made the mistake of when I was talking to her, I was squeezing her. Oh, I know what it was. Mom was giving her Easter basket.
Oh my gosh.
My 43-year-old fave cuz, because if she doesn't get her Easter basket, she's going to be upset and there's going to be hell to pay.
I have something to say.
Go and for
your
it.
fave cuz she may not like it, but for the past not, well, an exception. Well, hey. Gloria would make Phoebe a stocking.
A Christmas stocking.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I remember at least for sure, before Gloria passed away, the last 2 Christmases that she was able to, she made Phoebe a Christmas stocking.
Yes.
And during those times, your fave cuz would either spend those nights here or at my mom's, and Gloria would bring the stuff here for whatever gathering we were having at that time. And your fave cuz would leave those stockings here.
Oh my goodness.
So
why are you talking shit about my
Gloria
fave cuz behind her back?
Passed away thinking that Phoebe took those stockings and those goods that she worked so hard for.
Did you want her to pass away heartbroken?
No, that's why I never told her. But I'm going to tell Phoebe. I mean, if she listens to this, she'll know.
Well, speaking of
so
passing
Aunt Becky,
away,
don't worry about putting so much in there.
speaking of passing away, she turned to me and said, "Your mom told me it's in her will that when she dies, you have to take over making my Easter basket."
No, she didn't.
She did.
Did your mom really say that?
Of course not. And I told Phoebe, I said, well, I guess I don't have to worry about it because we're not going to probate her will.
Well, that doesn't sound selfish at all.
What are you implying about my fave cuz Phoebe?
That she is not selfish.
That's right, she's not.
Gosh.
So when I was talking to her about this, I'd squeezed her shoulder and she's like, "Oh yeah, fatty, keep going." So I had to go into a full-blown massage, and she was telling me how much she missed living with me because she misses my massages.
Oh, that's not selfish at all.
Not because she misses my company or she like the
What's
time
in
we
it for
spent
her?
together.
No, I'm joking. I'm kidding.
You shut your face. That's my favorite cuz you're talking about. So she missed when I used to give her massages, and she just had a massage, but it's still hurting, and she liked mine better. And the guy who massaged her had oil and hairy arms, so she didn't like the hair rubbing on her. So I have kind of hairy arms too, so I kept trying to rub her face with my hairy arm. She kept getting grossed out, but she still made me massage her shoulders when I was trying to rub my arms on her face. And I told her, I was like, "No, I'm not going to do your Easter basket for you." I said, "You're at 43, you still get an Easter basket. I'm her son. I don't get an Easter basket anymore."
No, because I got on Facebook late last night, and I ran across some pics that Angie had uploaded of their Easter stuff, and Presley's like, sitting there with his basket and his eggs and his toys, whatever he got.
Right.
And the next picture there's pictures of him like doing a little egg hunt through their apartment and stuff. And then there's Phoebe holding her basket.
Oh.
And then there's a picture of Angie's basket.
Oh my goodness.
So I'm confused at why she needs so many baskets.
Are you saying she's fat?
No. Would never.
Are you saying she's greedy?
No.
Are you saying my fave cuz is selfish? How dare you? I will not sit here and stand for this. I will not sit and stand for this.
I've said nothing like that right now.
Well, for the record, my fave cuz is not selfish.
Oh.
She's very enterprising when it comes to candy, though, evidently.
Yeah. Speaking of fave cuz
Yes.
and Angie, well, Angie gave, I really don't know if it's a comment about the podcast, constructive criticism maybe, or I don't know.
What'd she say? We'll define it afterwards.
She said that she's tried to listen to our podcasts, and then she clarified that not just our podcast, but podcasts in general, but ours is included in that.
Okay.
And she falls asleep. So I don't know how to take that.
She needs more of that. That'll keep her up.
I'm not real
Some of that
sure.
too.
So I'm like, are we that boring?
I'm sure to some people we are. Especially right now. I'm not feeling this conversation.
Well, you're going into so much detail about. I thought we were just going to talk bad about the family.
Well, no, I didn't know your intention was to talk bad about my fave cuz. I can't let you do that.
I'm not talking
She's
bad
not
about
selfish.
her.
She's
Okay,
a very
so-
giving, loving person.
Okay, so everybody, for the most part, takes something for
Like a potluck.
yeah,
Yeah.
because it's hard.
My
now
mom
that-
brought deviled eggs. She baked a couple of extra chickens just to make sure there's enough food.
Yeah,
Your sister Loopy dropped off some fried chicken and then left. She completely disappeared.
yeah. She wasn't having it.
And I was like, take me with you, but she was already gone.
And she took the gifts that I had, so I guess I'll save them for next year
Yeah.
if we're gonna do it.
The
next
prizes.
year. Yeah, the prizes. So Felicia had taken ribs. Christian had also taken ribs. Luis and I had taken some brisket.
It's a great story.
Cooked a nice sized brisket. Well, I'm just trying to figure out what everybody else brought.
Can't you do that on paper outside of this? Do you have to do it on the podcast?
I just want to make sure that everybody's accounted for.
Oh, are you saying that Phoebe didn't bring anything?
I don't know. Am I? I don't know because I don't know.
Well, all I know is that she had planned to leave at 4 o'clock, and she kept telling her mom, we have 30 minutes left before we're supposed to be on the road, and nobody has started a party yet.
Wait, and yeah, nobody started the party, but yet I get there and I'm like outside bringing out food.
The reason you were outside
setting-
bringing out food was because your mom yelled at me to set up the tables outside. And I didn't want to do it. Well, not when you're yelling at me. She's like, take this table outside and set it up. I'm like, whoa. Hey, look, man. Why are you telling me to do it? Look at all these people here because you're the man. I'm like, hey, look, what about gender equality? You know, why do you subscribe to these old-fashioned gender roles? And she's like, get your gender roles and take this table outside. And that day I'd met my niece's boyfriend, first time meeting him. And he's a young man, very polite. He had grabbed a table and she's like, look, there he is. A young boy, more man than you. I was like,
Oh man,
Yeah.
she's throwing some hard ones out. at you.
yeah. I'm like, whoa, these insults aren't going to work on me because I am very comfortable in my masculinity. I don't need to prove my manliness to somebody by taking a table outside and sit. That's called manipulation. I'm not falling for that bullshit.
Yeah.
So I said,
That's-
okay, I'll take this table out, but anything that gets messed up in here, y'all need to clean it. So, ladies, I expect this to be clean by the time I get back.
And
make
let
me
me
a
guess,
sandwich.
there was nobody in there that moved.
So we ended up setting, and by the way, I said, where are your, I said, you talking about, man, where are your son-in-laws? Where are your sons-in-law? And
Luis
that's a
was
good question.
cooking.
Yeah, she's like, I don't know, where are they? I don't know why you're asking me. So what about your daughters? They can set this up too.
Yeah, but if you were on Mexican time, you wouldn't have gotten to the house until after 3.
That was my mother who wanted to help.
And
didn't-
neither one of y'all helped. Y'all were bullying my mom.
No, I was standing up for myself. I will not take this aggression, man. This aggression will not stand.
Oh gosh. Needless
So,
to say,
Yeah, I set up the tables. I saved the day. They needed more tables. Your mom didn't know where they were. I was like, what about these right here leaning up against the wall behind your bar? So I took one of those out. Your daughter helped me set it up. Marva brought a tent she didn't know how to set up, even though she's had it for a couple years, so I helped set that up.
I don't even think we needed a tent.
Not really. It was a pretty nice day.
No.
The church across the street was playing musical chairs, so somebody brought out a 1992 stereo that has no aux plug and was playing a Mexican radio station to battle against the music from across the street.
No, wait, let me stop. Isabel and Priscilla had the radio on, just like one of the local radio stations.
Right.
And it's R&B station, hip hop, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, good music.
Yeah, and my sister Andrea walks by and she's like, y'all need to just turn that off or put something else on. And I'm like, there's nothing wrong with that music. I didn't hear her. My kids did. And they were like, okay. So they changed the station to another R&B hip hop thing. And the Gold Digger song came on.
Oh, I didn't even hear that.
Oh,
I love
man,
that
I
song.
love that
So
song,
do
too.
I.
I was like,
she
Jimmy.
she take my money. Well, I'm in need.
Yeah. So
Yeah, she's trifling. Friend indeed.
so
Oh, she's a gold digger.
That's it. That's the song. So,
Where am I?
Andrea, Priscilla was
That
like,
digs on me.
so Andrea
I ain't
walks
saying
by
she's a gold
again.
digger,
She walks by and she's like,
but she ain't messing. Go ahead.
she's just like, just turn it off. Just turn it off.
Andrea said that. Oh my goodness.
And I was like, and Priscilla was like, what do we do?
If it doesn't have an accordion in it, Andrea's not going to listen to it.
I mean, we don't have an aux cord to play various types of music because we're a various group. We like country. We
Because
like Mexican.
your mom bought
we
the
like...
stereo before the aux cord was invented. This is pre-iPod, pre-iPhone,
audio
Pre-
in, audio out. cords, what it still
pre-MP3 player.
had.
This is pre-MP3.
Yeah.
She had a 5-disc changer and 2 audio cassette. Is there a ghost behind me?
I just see like...
Quit trying to scare me. Listen, we're in my number 2 cousin's studio, which is her bedroom. And behind me is an open door that she threatened to have a ghost come through earlier. And I know her house is haunted, and she's trying to scare me.
No, it's not. It's just that I can... Because there's that back door area for that bathroom that we're still working on.
And there's a ghost in there?
No, the
That's why you can't poop in
lighting...
there.
Like, I guess with the clouds moving and whatever, the
Yes.
lighting, you can kind of see it back and
Or
forth.
it's shadow people
Possibly.
trying to contact
So-
us from another dimension. Damn it, cuz. Your house is a hotbed of paranormal activity.
Yeah, we come from a paranormal activity family.
I'm sorry, what?
A paranormal. Okay, so also, let's just move on, okay?
Yes, please.
So Easter's pretty much over. Everybody's leaving.
No, before
and-
that,
What?
we try to have our family cakewalk hosted by...
Oh my
by
gosh,
N2P
that was
podcast.
a hit.
Yeah, but before
Seriously.
that, though, we were like, all right, let's set up for the cakewalk. And then all of a sudden they decided to hide the eggs.
Yeah.
Like, okay, well, I guess we're postponing the cakewalk.
And there were like 800 eggs and 5 kids.
And the place that they hid it was your mom's yard, which is mostly a grassy field
Yeah.
with no hiding spots.
Yeah, pretty much.
So basically, you come outside and watch where you step because you might step on an egg because it's right there in the middle of the yard in the grass.
But for the most part, the kids that did it, they're still small, so it was still exciting for them to find them.
Yeah, it was. I tried to chase them around a little bit. Again, I was trying to post some videos on Instagram because you didn't know how to use your phone for Instagram.
I'm not a very good
And I'm an old fat guy
videographer.
trying to run after these little kids. And I take 3 steps and I have to stop and catch my breath.
No, there was an egg that was sitting on top of one of the pillars. My mom has like an iron fence
Right.
in part of the house, part of the yard, I should say. And so Presley and Emily, they see this egg, and I want to say Emily had gotten there first, but you had to actually climb the fence. And so both of them are on each side, and they're like struggling.
Oh my goodness.
And I'm like,
It's
oh
like-
my gosh, if Emily was there first, if Presley gets the egg, she's working so hard, she's going to be crushed. But I don't know how she did it, but it looked like she just had like a little boost. Like she just like pulled herself and kind of did like a little jump and grabbed that egg. I know that was hard for Phoebe to see. It was good. It was funny.
It was fun.
Yeah.
Your great nephew, Adrian, who is 2 years old,
Yes.
2-year-old little boy,
He's hilarious.
he found a golden egg with some money in it. And he got excited and he ran and took the money to his daddy, Christian, your
Yeah.
nephew. And then one of our other cousins, Nicholas, young Nicholas, found an egg with money in it too. And he had his money sitting down next to him because he was still going through the other egg prizes and
Yeah.
candy and eggs and stuff. And Adrian just runs by and sees the money on the ground next to him and like, hey, look, I just had some of this and I took it to my dad, so I'm gonna grab this and take it to my dad. So he picked it up and just stole $2 off of I followed him, and after he gave it to his dad, I got it back. I was like, hey, that's actually
Well,
belongs.
see, and I caught the tail end of it. I just saw him grab it and run. I didn't realize. I still wasn't sure if that was Nicholas's or if that was still
I'm glad I saw.
Adrian's.
Yeah.
And so I asked Nicholas, I was like, hey, was that his money or was that? Well, He just picked it up and took it. He stole it. I was like, he was all calm, but he had this like look on his face like, I'm pissed, man. He took my money.
Yeah, it's cool. I mean, it was cool being around all the kids singing
Yeah.
together, but
Seems a lot funner to be around them than, never mind.
I still, I mean, part of me is like, maybe I should have started the family, or maybe I still should. But then there's a big part of me that's like, I made the right choice.
I don't know. I mean, yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I've said this before in the show or not, but when I was like 18, for whatever reason, I don't know what it was, but I remember me saying that I wanted to have a baby. And it wasn't because I was already pregnant or I was like so in love and I wanted to, you know, whatever, start a family. No, I honestly can say I didn't care if I had a husband or a boyfriend. Obviously, I needed one to help me make the child.
Oh, I thought this was the beginning of a science fiction story.
But as far as like to have somebody with me to be like, oh, this is our family, like, no.
So you weren't so much interested in the family as much as you just wanted the baby.
Yeah.
Okay.
With just me and the child.
And I've never really had that feeling.
I was 18.
Well, I
That's
mean, I was
crazy.
18 also around the same time.
Yeah.
I didn't have that feeling. I don't think I had that feeling. Like when I was younger, I would picture myself in the future having a family, but I never was like, oh man, I can't wait till I get married and have kids. It's going to be so great. I'm going to make a great father. If anything, I was always like, oh my goodness, if I had kids, I'd have to be responsible and be a good role model and a good influence. I'd have to take care of these kids. Like I can barely take care of myself. It just instills a lot of fear and
Yeah.
anxiety in me.
You could be like me and like,
Not
Just-
care and just be like, hey, I don't care. I'll figure it out later.
no, well, that, and I mean, like now, I'm not proud of this at all. But like in the mornings when they go to school, I might be still asleep. And my poor child Isabel takes Priscilla to school.
But they're at the age now where they're pretty much taking care of themselves.
Yeah, they're 18
There were
and
many
19.
years before that where you were still responsible for taking care of them.
Yeah, and there were days that I wouldn't send them to school and you would like judge me.
I still do. That's a horrible thing to teach your kids just because you don't feel like getting up.
No. They know how serious school is, especially given my situation. But I agree, or I'm a believer in, I mean, you need a day off.
Yeah, it's the weekends.
You need a break from the normal routine of things. And why not throw a day in there here and there? Well, for us, when we were younger, we just didn't go. So.
Yes.
And you know what?
What?
Really, out of the whole time that I did go to high school, I only skipped like twice.
I skipped on senior skip day.
Where did you go?
I went to get some stuff for prom.
Yeah, no.
Remember how great prom was?
No, because I didn't go.
Oh, no, because you dropped
I
out
only
of
went to like
school.
homecoming once. It's crazy.
I had a great time at prom. You missed out.
Maybe I'm glad I didn't go to prom because maybe I would have been pregnant.
Sounds like sour grapes to me. You missed out on really like a rite of passage in this country.
I know I didn't.
You didn't have your quinceañera.
I'm not a believer of quinceañeras
You
for
didn't
me.
You didn't go to prom. How can you relate to anybody in this country who
Not everybody goes to
I
prom.
got to wear a tuxedo. I had a pretty date. I was wearing a red bow tie. I look like a fat James Bond.
Anyway, I don't know where we're going with this.
I don't either. You took us so off track.
Yeah, but
Then we had the cakewalk.
the cakewalk was a blast. I'm
Yes.
telling you guys, for me, I feel like our attention should be about the kids.
If you want to bring out the worst in your family, have a cakewalk. It gets so competitive. I downloaded a random number generator on my phone so that it's not like you can't play favoritism. This thing doesn't know who you are. and it just picks a number between 1 and 10 randomly, and sometimes it would land on the same number in a row. Not my fault. I shook it up so everybody could see these numbers are changing, and people were still complaining about why it hasn't fallen on this number, or it's always fallen on that number, or that person's already won before.
But check it out.
Or Presley won and Phoebe's telling him what prize to pick and not the prize he won.
And that's not selfish. She's going to hate me.
And then your mom played and she won the first time, but then got upset because she didn't win anymore.
Well, actually, she was like, so you only get to play one time? Because one of the other kids had like come up to play and they took her spot.
Oh my goodness.
I was like, yeah, mine's okay. But I do think we should come up with a different, at least another, to have 2 games.
Right.
I'm going to work on that.
But I do enjoy our number 2 podcast sponsored family cakewalk.
Oh man.
Even though there was no cake prize this time, we had other prizes. It was fun. Good time.
I'm considering having Luis actually make the squares a little bigger. I'm not sure.
That'd be cool.
Not sure exactly.
I mean, it works like it is, but probably bigger squares would be easier to work with. But in the meantime, it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was
and
fun.
Like I said, it brings out the worst in people.
They're competitive, and she played like 10 times. And we gave her no, Presley ended up picking what she wanted.
Oh, yeah?
But that was so sweet because he was like, can I have 2? And I was like, man, I feel kind of bad. I was like, go ahead, pick what you want. And so he picks the 2, which was the little headband ears that Angie wanted and the packaged balloon guitar. And he took that packaged guitar straight to Andrea because she wanted it. He knew that she was wanting that for Lupita's
Oh, that
stuff.
was nice.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. So I gave him
Well, he takes after his mom so much.
I think she was ready to cry when she saw him do that.
Who, Phoebe?
Yeah. I'm gonna get you something for doing that.
I'm going to take whatever prize out of this prize package you want and give it to you.
When he won the prizes from the Easter egg hunt, she was like sitting at one of the tables and Andrea had the box of prizes, so the kids picked these plastic eggs, and if the egg had a prize paper in it, then they took the paper to her and she gave them whatever prize they wanted. And Phoebe's like sitting in a chair and she's like, Presley, pick the football. Get the football. And poor Presley's like just sitting there thinking, like, he sees all these other little toys and he's like, gosh, what do I want? And then you hear Phoebe, just get the football, mijo, get the football. So
What'd he get?
he ended up getting the football and a frisbee. He actually had like 3 or 4 prize papers, so he didn't go empty-handed.
Yeah, I liked it better this time. I mean, because when we were younger, it was like whoever had the most eggs won, and that was it. But yeah, I had a great time. It was a lot of fun being around the family, and it's good to see.
I think we should keep our focus on the kids and having fun. If we focused on the food and that it was cold, I mean, we'd be miserable.
Or that the party wasn't set up and you make your guests set up for you just because they're family and because you still see them as a little kid, even though they're a 39-year-old man. You don't even have enough respect for them as an adult to say, hey, can you help out? You're just like, hey, do this because you're supposed to.
Yeah, or if you go early to a party, you say, hey, what do we need to help you with?
No, I just went there because my mom wanted to help.
Did your mom help?
Yeah, she brought me.
All
right. Well, look, I had a great time at Easter. It was a lot of fun. I think that pretty much wraps it up for this show. Cuz how do you feel? You have anything else you want to add?
No, not at all. Love your family, even if they're selfish. Just,
And when you come to visit your family, don't stay any longer than 4 days.
Yeah, because you probably won't like them after that.
All right. Well, that's it. Be sure and follow us on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. You can find us at N2Pod. That's NUMTWOPOD. Also, if you have a fun family story to share with us, or any holiday weirdness or just dysfunctional family events that you have,
or any game recommendations.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
looking for a second game.
Yeah, hit us up on social media or email us num2pod@gmail.com. num2pod@gmail.com. Again, anything fun related you want to share with us, a funny story, embarrassing story, dysfunctional family stories, we're open to all of it. We probably got you beat. Goodbye! And as I tell my nieces, be good!
Yes, be good, young people.
It's time to say goodbye to the number 2 podcast. We're gonna say goodbye. Adios, amigos. We're out of here and I'm gonna go take my defensive driving classes online. I forgot to mention I won't have internet when I go back home, so I gotta use my mom's internet while I'm in
So
town.
you're using your mom's?
Internet,
That's selfish.
yeah. But I told her ahead of time.
So it's just not really know.
Well, I mean, look, dude, how selfish am I? You have brand new equipment that we're recording on together.
That's different.
Is it that different? Okay, now we're gonna go and say goodbye. So have a pleasant week and enjoy time with family. But get out of there as soon as you can, so you can still think you love them. 'Cause time spent along with them will make you grow to despise
That's
some.
selfish.
You leave my fave cousin
I'm not
alone.
even referring
You
to
were
her.
pointing to a picture of her. In your mind, I could read your mind. You don't even have a.
I was
Why is there
looking
no?
for those pictures. Is that a
Why
picture
is there
right
no
over there?
photo of my fave cousin in your
I
bedroom at
did.
all?
I have our Vegas picture. Bye.
Goodbye.